here we go. A chance to clean it up here in game 2. Picks and bans, NaJin versus Anarchy. And we'll see what Anarchy has planned here.
Well, they're Anarchy. I doubt they have many plans.
They have no plan. You know, and the thing is, Anarchy didn't look bad. They just...
No, they made an impressive comeback in the mid-game, too, especially Mickey, who found himself so far down in that laning phase, but yet was still playing aggressively, trying to get the kills and claw his way back into this one. Hecarim will be banned by NaJin this time around. Hecarim left up in our first game tonight.
No roster swaps as well, as you can see. There's the Thresh ban against Anarchy again. Kalista will be banned out against NaJin. And are we going to see any bans towards the mid lane? There's Azir, yeah.
Azir banned. It's surprising considering we know that the Zed ban coming through will come through again, actually, but possibility that they would have picked it up again this time around.
There's our funky music back.
I don't know what to think about this new music.
I don't know. I feel like this is the music you hear after you like beat a level in a Sonic the Hedgehog game or something.
What is the last ban going to be? It will be LeBlanc, so Cassiopeia is open this time around, as is Lulu, but there's the Gragas priority. They did pick it in the first round of the draft on red side. They will take it as their very first pick this time around, and with Watch doing so well on that champion, it is not hard to understand why.
Yep. So what's it going to be for Anarchy? We do have new Ashe in this patch, I suppose.
New Ashe is unavailable for play this week, however.
I would imagine, yeah.
It's not supposed to be able to be played quite yet, although I'll be interested to see if it is picked up later on down the road.
You think it will be?
I think in certain compositions it works really well. Obviously, it's one of the few AD carries that you can really initiate on that can serve as a primary initiation. And
that's true.
Just her utility in kiting is so good. So we could see some interesting setups with Ashe in terms of kiting compositions. I think she has some interesting perks to her right now, and especially Hawkshot too. The fact that you can have
it's global now.
It's global with you can store 2 charges, so the map control you get off of it is pretty crazy. I think we will see it eventually, even if she is lower damage by a little bit.
Evelyn picked up by Lyra.
Yeah, blind picking Evelyn. Not so sure about that one. Of course, there were some changes to Cinderhulk in this patch, which have made those Cinderhulk champions a little bit less attractive in these skirmishes, but Evelyn's still relatively low damage.
Yeah. And there's a Cassiopeia picked up by Goong. It looks like Pure is going to go with the Alistar again as well.
Yeah, not too surprising, just prioritizing that big front line. Maokai taken away in the first round by Anarchy as well. Taking a look at that Ahri at the moment into the Cassiopeia, looking for a bit of assassination potential. And
and are we going to see the Jinx here too?
A lot of ability to clean up right there. Good big potential with the Eve.
Yeah. Looking similar to what we saw, you know, a little bit from EDG too.
Yep.
At MSI.
Yeah, that was the Evelyn though, in my opinion, really didn't have that much of an effect on that final game.
It was more just to sort of throw SKT off, you know, just make him have to think about an extra thing.
Yeah, and it did. You know, it forced them to have some kind of weird jungle pathing, as well as Wolf to constantly keep eyes in the jungle on that lane swap. But other than that, Evelyn not necessarily the most impactful jungler.
It was a really fun tournament. That was a good one.
Very good tournament. All right, so Lucian locked in right now. Will the AD carry be from NaJin? OQ may not want to play that Sivir into Lucian, even though it would be a good pick right here. Maybe they'll actually get the lane swap this time. Yeah, it's great in the lane swap, just not so awesome in that 2v2.
Didn't stop them last time.
Kog'Maw.
Support Kog'Maw.
That would be some pretty intense scaling right there. Instead, it's like they're going to take the more reliable Corki, so at least they have some more mid-game pressure this time around. Not going to be going for that Cast in Vain, 0 wave clear, 0 early game pressure combo this time. Trying to build a more well-balanced composition. Looks like they were a little bit rattled by what happened in their last game. They lock in the
Rightly
Corki
so.
and the Gnar, and yes, rightly so indeed. So it will be a pleasure to see Duke playing Gnar again. One of the best Gnar players in Korea alongside Smeb.
All right, well, we saw Snowflower hovering over the Nautilus for a moment. I mean, what about that Leona? When you have the setup from Evelyn, that's a lot of CC. Same thing applies to Annie as well, too. Annie did get a little bit of an auto attack range nerf. Actually, quite a bit of an auto attack range nerf in this patch.
Yeah, very.
So she's not quite as good.
Very heavy auto nerf.
Yeah, I was very sad to see that.
But still obviously an excellent champion for engaging. Still can do some nice things in the laning phase. A lot of all-in potential. They're going to have to be very careful about the ganks. And what Anarchy's doing right here is they're setting up hard CC in all of the lanes so that Evelyn has a lot of freedom in terms of jungle pathing and trying to take a lane by surprise. So I really like the Annie right here. With the Twisted Advance, the Charm, and the Annie passive stun, they're going to have many, many opportunities to gank these lanes.
Yep.
And there we go. OQ on that Corki once again. And NaJin looking like they are taking this one just a tad bit more seriously than their last match.
Yeah, it kind of is looking that way. Composition makes sense this time. How about that?
Shocking. Well, we'll see how they deal with this Evelyn right here. It does, of course, change up those warding patterns where you have to ward the camps instead just to keep eyes in the jungle. Otherwise, you have no idea where this Evelyn is and can cause you as well to pick up a few more pink wards than normal. But Lyra does have a lot of freedom right here with the E pickup. I'm curious to see how he's going to build this time around, actually.
Yeah. We'll get a chance to see how this new Annie works in lane as well, too.
Should be fine, especially, I mean, against the melee support, it's not really going to make that big of a difference. But in any case, I do think NaJin is going to be trying to dodge and lane swap again. They want to just get that first tower down in the lane swap, get the Trinity Force, and then set up sieges while Goong continues to farm up on Cassiopeia. But Goong, not a player with a lot of history on Cassio either, so should be interesting to see him play this champion. Certainly not something that's traditionally been in his wheelhouse. That's
right. Well, here we go. A chance for Anarchy to tie things up, or will NaJin 2-0 their first series of the new season? Let's get in the game and find out. There we go. Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Match 1, Game 2. NaJin Empire versus Anarchy. Goong getting to play that Cassiopeia that has been so strong lately.
Yeah, Anarchy did choose to ban it out in the first game of this series, in spite of the fact that NaJin really hasn't been a big Cassiopeia playing team.
Right. So what if Snowflower picks up Annie and locks him in? They're like, you know, they nerfed her range, and he's like, what? I didn't know that. They're like, you know nothing, John Snowflower.
Oh, God.
So disappointing.
Oh, I'm gonna have to hear that joke a million times this season, aren't I?
No, not necessarily. Only on special occasions.
Only when Anarchy plays? Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Which will probably not be the postseason, so there you go.
I only have to hear it.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel already.
I only have to hear it 40 times this season.
Hey, Chober might cast some of those games.
No, we're putting you on all the Anarchy days, Della.
Oh boy. I just want all the Sonic Boom days. That's right. Well, some deeper wards going down for Anarchy just to try to get a sense of where the jungle pathing is going to begin.
Yeah, they actually are going to both be staying at the bottom side this time. Ixu thinking that there may be a lane swap, starting to stack up some of these saplings, so he's going to have to burn his teleport early in this circumstance. Meanwhile, Duke just providing that leash to watch on the other side of the map. And here we go, Snowflower and Songyun after taking a bit of XP. So OQ and Pure taking a little bit of XP right there. Yep. Taking the small Krug camp. Meanwhile, it's like Anarchy.
Oh no, that Krug looks so lonely.
Just getting some XP from the minions.
It's just so sad to see Annie have
the
to walk up that
575
far.
range.
Yeah. Oh, that's always been one of my favorite things about playing her is you can just poke so much with the autos.
Yep, you're one of those jerks, I know.
Rito, why? Jerks, what do you mean?
Yeah, any jerk, you know?
Any jerks? This is a thing now? No, it's not. Annie was a perfect champion. Now she's like a 80% perfect champion.
Oh, look at that, Mickey going back early, actually. Picking up a fairy charm right there.
That's not bad, having a little more sustain, I suppose.
Still.
So we've got the reverse matchup this time between Ixu and Duke. Ooh, here comes Watch.
Yeah, Watch just waiting right there, seeing. He's basically just protecting Duke at the moment, making sure that there wasn't going to be anything. So nice deep ward right there. Coming in to check out the crowd camp, so you can see Watch adapting to the Evelyn play already.
Right. Yeah, you basically just need to ward by the camps so you see or take them.
And there's the TP coming in from Duke. So we'll have a very short window after going ahead and starting at that Wolf camp to try and take some form of advantage right here.
How does Cassiopeia's tail jewelry stay on? You think it just like it slide off as she slithers about?
You think it would prevent her from slithering, considering that it is contacting the ground
It'd
instead of her muscles?
Yeah, it'd create a lot of drag, wouldn't it? You know?
My snake aerodynamics are very important to me, so I'm a bit disappointed.
Snake-o-dynamics.
Oh, one last auto. Watch will take that one out, then immediately gets seen by the ward Lyra's placed. Just looking for opportunities right now, but he's not really going to find many, especially with OQ and Pure playing a very defensive game on the bottom side. Again, just looking to farm up in that little bit difficult lane, at least pre-6. That will turn around once OQ manages to get to those rockets and can answer some more of these long-range trades from Songyun.
Yeah, they're keeping up for now. CS pretty even across the board overall. And the Siege certainly a bit better this time for NaJin than last game.
Yeah, significantly better.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it's going to be about just allowing Goong to farm right here. See, he went for the double Doran's Blade, so he is a little bit concerned with how this lane is going to go. Not going to have, or double Doran's Ring rather, not going to be having that early tier or taking any kind of risk whatsoever, respecting the all-in potential of that Ahri, especially with the Evelyn there.
I think that's a smart thing.
For backup, yeah. But
it will
delay his scaling by a couple of minutes. And here we go. Lyra lurking around in the top side right here.
Yep, trying to come in from behind. Duke getting lured in a bit farther.
Also at the Gromp right now, so he's going to play aggressively. Watch is going to be there for the counter gank.
Yeah, they've kind of missed their opportunity here. There's Watch.
They
I
saw
think they
Watch.
saw him come in, yeah. Yep, Lyra already backing away. So an attempt from Anarchy, but doesn't really result in anything.
Well, this is what you want, too. You want this Evelyn just to be sitting around in the lane. Now they're going.
Yeah, they're turning on to Ixu. Ixu turns on to Watch. Watch going very low. That was a mistake by NaJin, I think. First blood goes to Lyra. Now Duke getting chased away, getting low himself. He'll have to probably back off for a little while now. Ooh, Watch. After getting MVP in game #1, that was not the most spectacular ganking decision we've seen.
Watch does have a tendency, as we've noted in the past, to gank lanes without sufficient knowledge of where the enemy jungler is or without respecting it really at all. So, and he got caught there just a little bit in front of Duke, so Duke not able to put that damage down. Meanwhile, Ixu and Lyra immediately able to focus Watch down and take him out.
Duke's going to be able to sit around and get level 6 at least, get a little bit more farm. But a slow start for Watch.
Yeah, Watch probably should have flashed out of that immediately as soon as he saw Evelyn, but it's understandable that he may not know his limits right now up against this Eve, considering that I doubt he has played against it too much in recent memory.
Well, early on he would do decent damage, I suppose.
Here comes Lyra. Lyra's 6 now.
He is indeed. Yeah, Goom could be in a little bit of trouble. Dodges the charm. Oh, there's ult. They get the slow. Mickey comes in. Lyra with another kill. Here comes Watch, though, forcing the flash from Mickey. But that's another kill for Anarchy now. They're really putting this Evelyn to good use so far.
And Watch just still not 6 right there. He was trying to clear out a pink ward on the side. And Goong got a little bit too far forward. Even though Mickey did miss that charm, Lyra was able to follow up with a flash and his ultimate to land enough crowd control to secure that kill, and going for the tier, not having really a lot of those combat stats yet. Flower taking a little bit of damage during that trade. And now Anarchy coming out with pretty nice early game advantage off those 2 first kills.
Now Watch is still not 6. I would feel like if he was, this would be a potentially good game. The fact that he's not, this gank not going to work out. He needs to do a bit more farming.
He needs to just go get 6 right now. He's wasting a lot of time. He's trying to help his lanes in terms of their vision and pressure, but he needs to be a little bit selfish right now. Get that 6 so he can actually make a difference in some of these lane engagements.
Yep.
She should get off that camp, so.
Will he? No, it doesn't look like he quite got it.
His 6 is really late this game.
Yeah.
You have to walk all the way across the jungle.
Well, big edge for Lyra and the rest of Anarchy for the moment anyway right now.
Yeah, it looks like there will be the Warrior enchantment coming in for Lyra, so really looking to snowball off these lanes, get that damage down.
Handing off that blue buff to Mickey. And Goong will take one as well, so aside from the early ganks from NaJin not going too well, been pretty passive so far this game.
They just need to play damage control right now. Make sure that they get this Corki in a good place in the next 5 minutes. Play a little bit more reserve with this Cassiopeia in the mid lane. The advantage that Anarchy has will fall away, especially with this Warrior enchant build. I mean, there's just not going to be enough damage on Anarchy to take out the big tank line of Gnar, Gragas, and Alistar, all of whom have a lot of damage reduction on them as well.
Well, that's the worry, right? If you're Anarchy, you need to get a lot done early. They've got 2 kills so far, but they need more. Action in the top lane.
Is it action?
Tanks fighting each other.
Slapping each other.
Yep.
To 0 effect.
It is action. It's not exciting action, but it's action. Lyra lurking in the jungle for now. Oh, and Goong looking for maybe an opportunity here onto Mickey, but not quite finding it.
Yeah, he forced Mickey's Spirit Rush right there, though. A pretty nice win.
That is nice.
Going to go ahead and find Lyra up here, or not quite, just as he's going to reach that Gromp. We'll see. It has been counter-jungled.
I gotta say, Anarchy's warding has been pretty good for an amateur team.
Really, especially last game, too. They were dropping a lot of wards around the objective. Anarchy's problem, though, when I've watched them play, especially in the qualifiers, is not that they don't have wards, it's that they ignore the information given to them by their wards. They will see someone on a certain side of the map and still try and make an all-in play.
It's kind of like the IM syndrome, right? To have a bunch of wards and then just not really use it.
You want to spend the money on wards, got to make sure that you actually respect the information that they give you.
Yep, got to look at the mini-map. Oh, Pure could be in a bit of trouble here. They're trying to collapse on him, but he barely gets away.
Just intelligently backing off right there. He doesn't know where Evelyn is, so you go ahead and see that Annie returning to lane. Want to respect that just a little bit. Don't go for the easy trade when that kill pressure from the Eve is there.
Well, meanwhile, OQ and Pure have been able to push this lane back a little bit. CS has remained even. Well, Duke versus Ixu. Oh, they're getting low. Oh boy, Duke low as well. Oh, this could get interesting actually here. Ixu really low. That's a solo kill for Duke. He flashed at the end. He tried to flash into the brush to avoid getting autoed and then come out to finish him off.
There's the Spirit Rush, and Duke is going to go down to the Foxfire.
That was easy.
And he flashed right there. He's trying to buy time, but NaJin just going to turn around to that cross-map objective, take the Dragon. So pretty big net win right there for NaJin. Good reaction. Go ahead, burn the Dragon down with the Cassiopeia.
Good response to just go and take that objective. That's been kind of NaJin's saving grace this match, is that they have had good Dragon control. In game 1 at least.
Well, they haven't given up a Dragon yet. They've taken every single Dragon in this best of 3 so far tonight.
That's right. Well, Lyra's going to find a pink ward. And it looks like Watch is going to go back for now. We'll have to see what he buys. Just some wards. A couple pops. Songyun getting poked pretty hard by these rockets from OQ now.
Yeah, still taking a nice CS advantage, although that is what we would expect during this situation. Has yet to return to finish off that Abyssal Scepter. That's going to be a pretty core item. Mickey actually going for the Death Cap first. That is a huge buy.
Yeah, that is brave too, man.
At 12 minutes into this game.
Getting that gold. Oh, here comes Lyra from the top side. Goon needs to be careful. His turret's really low, but he's playing it a bit safer. Wow. The thing is Goon's
been dodging those charms so well.
Yeah. And he's still
there
able
goes
to do a
his
lot
turret.
of damage.
Ooh. A lot of damage though, so Mickey really putting the screws to Goon so far this game. Has that assist from the mid lane gank and then got that kill on the top side, so great CS as well, and that's going to lead him to this really early death cap, so he's in a very good situation compared to Goon right now, who's still desperately trying to scale up, still doesn't have a completed first item, that Abyssal Scepter, that he needs to deal with some of this damage. So Ahri's roaming potential pretty huge right now. Anarchy actually getting a very early mid turret, and that's going to open up the map for Mickey right now, and combined with the presence of this invisible Evelyn, there's a lot of kill pressure on NaJin. They've got to be very scared.
Yeah, we'll see if Goon can bait Mickey into a gank here in the mid lane. Doesn't look like Pier and Watch are going to go for it. Yeah, Mickey just playing too safe. There's Snowflower anyway, so.
Well, they want to try and abuse this blue buff right when it comes up, so make their moves over there. Lyra will get his Raptor buff pop, but there's too many wards for him to clear them all out at the given time. Mickey's waiting in that brush.
Oh, nice dodge on the charm there.
And he is actually going to get the blue when all is said and done. Duke taking a lot of pot shots up at this topside turret.
Yeah, once again, able to push Ixu way back and just probably take that turret at some point. He's been winning the 1v1s pretty hard, but that's what Duke does.
And Watch actually joining the lane right here, right as OQ comes back with that Trinity Force. They really want to get the turrets down while they're going to have an easy time doing so. Recall coming in for Songyun. Not quite finishing up that Infinity Edge yet, and so.
Oh, here we go. Dodges charm. There's the ultimate onto Mickey, but no follow-up onto Goon. There's a lot of minions there too, so Goon can't really stick around and fight that. Mickey just using the Spirit Rush to add on more damage and do a bit more to the turret.
We're going to walk up, but Mickey getting that early death drop has been absolutely huge in this matchup.
It seems like it's smart too when you know your opponent's going to take a while to scale. You just go for a big chunk of damage right away and just try to snowball that lane even more.
Yeah,
so far so good.
Yeah, working out very well for him.
Well, NaJin was able to get the turret down in bot lane, so they did tie that up at least.
Now they're going to be able to transition really well as well. Corki can go into the top side. Right now, you may think about sending Cassiopeia into bottom to catch that wave once it's reversed by this Lucian.
That's right. Ixu burning Righteous Glory there. It's kind of funny. Very early Righteous Glory for Ixu as well, too. Really fast.
Yeah, again, same item build path that we saw of Duke in the last game, just trying to have that big ability to make picks in the mid game here. And it's like Corki's going back into bottom. More useful than having him in a lane where there actually is a turret left standing, however.
Maybe they'll rotate him into mid too. We'll see. So far, NaJin just trying to get the vision back around their jungle, but look at all the warding again. I'm actually like really impressed by the warding from Anarchy.
Yeah, great defensive wards right there, making sure that the bottom lane will be safe to farm for Lucian. They have the pink ward coverage to make sure that.
Oh, Goon all in by Mickey. There's the ultimate, freezing him up for a second. Pure comes in along with Lyra. Goon getting very, very low. Backs away just in time. There's a knock-up onto Mickey. Nice ult from Gragas. Will they take him down? Getting so low. Mickey finally taken out by Duke, who teleports in. Pure on the run as well. Oh, a kill for Lyra. He's going to get a double coming in, but he's going to get taken out, pushed into turret. And there's one now. Whoa, lived for a long time, actually. Duke getting low now, so the chains of kills continue. Tibbers comes in, and will it be enough? Not quite. Ixu chasing. He dives for the kill, the twisted advance under turret. Wow, Anarchy pretty brave here, ending up going 2 for 3 and the mid lane tier 2.
Well, Watch was already out of the fight. They knew that OQ was actually in the bottom lane right there, so pretty easy dive and easy decision for Ixu to make, but great follow-up and follow through there from Anarchy. Check this one out, how this started. Mickey trying to go aggressive onto Goong. Goong popping his ultimate right there, catching him with the stun. Pure missing his combo pretty crucially. Watch comes in with the flash, and they try and finish off Mickey. Eventually they'll get it, but Duke already halfway through his Mega Gnar by the time this fight starts. And you have to respect Lyra. He has the ability to speed up with his W, and he's got that Warrior enchant, so he's actually doing a hell of a lot of damage this early on into the game. So picking up that double as we do see his flash not totally respected there by Goong.
He's 4-1-1 so far, so a really good early game for Anarchy on the jungle side of things. Dragon up now. We'll see if they can take their first dragon of the match.
NaJin really needs to poke this out right here with the Corki. Get that damage in.
Yep, that's right.
Duke's on the verge of turning into Mega Gnar, but no ultimate for him available this time around. Still no Tibbers up as well for Snowflower.
He's doing a good job of delaying for as long as possible. And NaJin having to pull back and clear out the waves, but Dragon's still available.
They really need to get some damage down onto this turret.
Yep. Oh, there's a turret kill.
For Anarchy.
Yep. And NaJin, oh, there's the engaged Mixu going in onto Pure. Pure taking some damage. Watch, looking for a chance to make something happen with his ult. Doesn't quite find it though. Mickey on the outsides of the fight, just poking as much as he possibly can. A little bit of damage on the Goong. Gets a stun, nice Mega Gnar ult. Actually, Mickey in big trouble now. Goong managed to pick up the kill. NaJin, low health, but trying to disengage. OQ backs away, getting chased by Lyra. Anarchy is going to call off the fight as well too. Oh, may not be just done yet. Ixu, one more rocket might do it. That mid turret might be in a bit of trouble. We'll see if they go for Dragon instead. Looks like that's what the plan's going to be. Ultimates blown across the board for both teams.
Yeah, NaJin engaged that fight really well, though. And the thing that was so crucial to their engagement is that we saw Duke actually use his Gnar ultimate to scoop people directly into Goong's ult for a massive stun. So the setup there was actually very well coordinated. And so they were able to get that big initial chunk of damage off. They couldn't quite finish off everyone on Anarchy, but they were able to get them low enough to force the recall, to force them to rethink about that engagement, and to get away with the Dragon without losing hardly anything.
So Corki's got his Trinity Force now.
Yeah, he's had it for a few minutes, going for the last Whisper next.
Yeah, Sork Shoes finished as well, too, in that last buy.
Very interesting pickup for him.
Thistle done for Goong as well as a few components towards that Archangel staff. So can NaJin start trying to put some sort of sieging pressure on right now? First it's a fight over the red buff.
Not a fight that will be won right there by Anarchy, but at least they keep it off Corki, instead forcing Watch to take that red buff in the end.
He actually didn't even smite that.
Yeah, I think he just body slammed it.
Yeah.
Corki backing off. So Mickey is going to start to try and split push right here. He's pretty darn strong at this point in time.
Yep, not a lot that Corki Alisar can do against that. And Ixu just trying to save his top turret. A lot of turrets pretty low across the board right now, but Anarchy already with all of those, or rather, 2 out of the 3 outer turrets down and the tier 2 in mid.
Yeah, they
certainly got the map control advantage right now.
Yeah, that's not a great sign for NaJin. They need to use this Corki right now while he's strong. Get him out of the lanes with a lot of wave clear. But Anarchy, to their credit, is making sure that those turrets remain upright and putting Ahri in the long lane where Ahri has a lot of dashes and mobility to get out, even with minimal warding. Means that they can focus on keeping Lucian close to a tier 1 and repeatedly clearing out waves to prevent NaJin from actually picking up any kind of gold advantage right now.
Yeah. And keep in mind, Anarchy was a team in the promotional tournament that got crushed by Incredible Miracle. So what does that say about this match right here?
Well, I actually am really excited about seeing Incredible Miracle. I think
their new roster looks good.
Their new roster does, at least on paper, look quite good. And even though we can't draw too many conclusions out of the qualifiers, they certainly put on a display of dominance during those matches this past weekend.
Yeah, very exciting changes on the IM side of things.
I can't believe that those are words that I agree with, but yes.
Hey, well, we've already had to deal with things like Space is one of the best ADCs in Korea. GBM is one of the best mids, so we've had some interesting stuff happening so far already. 2015 has been interesting.
Has been quite fascinating so far. This big lead from Lyra is putting a Band-Aid over his choice of a warrior enchantment because he's got so much extra gold and he has been able to get the tankiness he needs as well. Of course, already completing that lock and having the Giant's Belt as well. But in terms of 6 items, this Gragas is just going to be so much more effective.
Yeah, he's going to be much more tanky, able to get back in there and continuously disrupt the fight, whereas Evelyn, you know, you ult and then you just kind of run around trying to hate spike people. And that's about it.
Yeah, it's pretty pathetic way to team fight in the late game. If you don't have very much damage, which of course current Evelyn certainly does not.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's so ult reliant. If you don't get a really good ult, then you're not too useful for that team fight.
Unfortunately, they have some good setups for the follow-up on the ultimate. Getting that Tibbers can lock people in place long enough to really get the good Eve ult in there, but.
Yep. Well, NaJin seems to have stabilized a little bit. It was a kind of a hairy first 15, 20 minutes or so. Oh, but here's a gank onto OQ. There's the ult from Lyra. Looks like they're going to be able to get it. OQ turning, but it's too late. Nice gank, and that's going to get Anarchy probably another turret too, unless Watch can defend it.
No, they've got enough defense right there. Duke actually went ahead and is trying to go all in onto Ixu up here on the top side. He's about to hit that Mega Gnar. Ixu will back off. But NaJin actually coming out the better in that trade, trading a kill for a tower in the end. Yeah, and everyone from NaJin going there to quickly clear out the minion wave.
Dragon's up in about a minute, so everything should be back up by the time there's a fight. Oh, teleport coming down. They're jumping onto Goong. Goong getting trapped under his own turret, getting a big ult. Mickey getting very low. Oh, Goong manages to get the kill out of that. Wow, that was impressive. Watch over there onto Snowflower. If Anarchy can win this one, they'll take this Dragon, but NaJin doing their best to stop that. Lyra coming in from behind, Duke getting very low, and here we go. Pierre coming as well with a big knockup. Songyun, though, doing a lot of damage. Where is OQ? He's back now, finally, and Songyun in a lot of trouble. Goes down. That's a kill for OQ and Snowflower. Oh, the rocket missed. There's a stun, though, onto Ixu, and meanwhile, Lyra has to flash, getting chased down by Watch. And NaJin right now, ooh, wow. That body slam, that was a bit of an odd interaction. They're going to try to take out Ixu, but the big win here is that NaJin should be able to get Dragon out of this. Ixu coming back in, trying to get a kill on the Duke, can't quite do it. Another kill for OQ.
And Alistar actually hunting around the jungle right now, looking for Snowflower, not going to be quite so bold as to walk in between those turrets and pursue that kill. Instead, just making sure everybody is adequately chased off, delaying a couple of recalls right there for the free Dragon. That's why you can't make some of these aggressive plays all the time. Yes, they see that OQ had just about respawned, and therefore it was going to be an advantageous situation potentially, as they could only see Goong sitting by himself under that turret, but everyone else from NaJin able to collapse so very quickly after that kill onto Goong, and Goong playing out again, hitting another good ult on the Spirit Rush.
That ult was incredible, actually. I think he got like a 4-man ult and killed Mickey because of it.
Yeah, Goong's been doing a really good job with his Cassiopeia ults this game in a challenging matchup where Mickey did get that early advantage. Every time the Spirit Rush comes in, he's actually been able to land that stun pretty effectively. So,
yeah, well, just to turn a 4v1 into a kill, that's pretty good stuff.
Well, the rest of the team was there to back him up right away, so you really do need full vision if you want to create some sort of all-in situation along that vein. And looks like with their Goong will be going for a Rylai's as his next item.
Makes sense. Blue buffs for both OQ and Goong right now, too, which is pretty nice for any sort of siege they decide to try.
Yeah, I like the Rylai's build right here. He's been having a bit of trouble surviving that burst damage, but really As long as he can continue kiting this Ahri, that's what's going to win him a lot of these engagements, because it's Ahri's job to go back and kill Goong.
Yeah.
So if he can't burst Goong down, then Goong, over the course of the team fight, will be able to kite better, will be able to get substantially more damage down over time. So taking a few rockets right there as Anarchy tries to get some presence around the Baron pit and at least threaten that. They do have excellent pick potential with this composition, so getting that vision control and making their enemies question whether that Baron is going down is pretty crucial.
Yeah. I don't think NaJin is too worried about the Baron at this point, though. They've got, it's kind of their game to lose. Despite being down 3K gold right now, NaJin really looks in control of this game, you know?
Well, they are. I mean, they have all the dragons on their side. They're slowly catching back up in terms of turrets, and they have this excellent scaling with this composition.
Well, it's one of those games where the gold lead doesn't really, you know, speak to the power of dragon that one of the teams has.
Yeah, and the power of Cassiopeia.
Oh, Cassiopeia, yeah, that too. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, but.
Right. Of course. Well, Goong could certainly use a chance to go back and buy here. And looks like he's going to take it soon, maybe. And you notice a few less wards on the NaJin side of the map now as well, too. They're starting to be able to clean some of those out, and Anarchy is having a harder time getting in them and placing them.
Yeah, Evelyn moving towards just that purely tanky build right now, going for that tad bit of early offense, but then really prioritize this random. A nice chunk from Mickey. Bit dangerous right there, though.
Yeah, it looks like they didn't know watching Boomer right there.
In the end, they take down 2 members of 50% HP. Duke is unable to hold on to the turret with his giant minion wave developing. They're very scared after that chunk that Anarchy's just going to straight rush onto this Baron. Watch and Pure need some time to heal back up from the Alistar heal and from the Gragas passive, so not going to go back, but do have to be a little bit cautious.
Now, how fast can Anarchy take that Baron, though? Doesn't seem to be too quick, yeah. So the threat isn't too great at the moment, but not having vision is certainly a little bit worrisome. Now that ward, I believe, does show Anarchy when they move in and out of that brush. Yep, they definitely see it. There we go, Lyra finds it.
It's very patient play from NaJin.
Pretty much.
Duke finally going to walk down into the bottom side and clear out this very large minion wave. That goal for himself, but that's going to trigger Anarchy to go. Now TP is up. Duke's about to hit Meganar. This is a really dangerous Baron.
Oh man, and NaJin though, they don't know this is happening. I think they can suspect, but they don't know. That Baron though is not going down quickly. Oh, now they're aware. Are they going to be able to do anything about this? Mickey coming in. The Baron does go to Anarchy. Can NaJin fight this teleport coming in? Where's the Meganar? Oh, it got canceled. He canceled his teleport.
Yeah, has to be canceled right there. When he started the port, he was already about 50% of the way through Meganar, so just a late reaction there from NaJin, and Anarchy actually sneaking that Baron out.
That was one of those that's so NaJin moments, wasn't it?
Well, they did it with 3 people very slowly over time, and Snowflower and Mickey were doing a very good job of just going ahead and zoning that.
Yeah.
While Anarchy snuck it out. Anarchy definitely playing I thought they would tonight coming in.
They're looking better than Samsung did pretty much all of last season already.
It's true.
Yeah, not an exaggeration.
But again, this is a team that did come in with some veterans in Lyra and Mickey, and even Ixu actually having some time in the KT house training with that organization. So it's not like we have a bunch of rookies right here.
Right. They've got the turret lead, they've got the gold lead. The only thing that they just can't seem to do is take those dragons away from NaJin.
Yeah, well, looks like they're going to get the next one, though. Not really a great way for NaJin to contest this with 20 seconds.
And no teleport.
Left on the clock. No TP available for the next couple of minutes. And just NaJin needing to defend their turrets. And we'll see if Anarchy even goes for it. Right now, they've got some good minion wave pressure. And so they may just opt to chip down these towers as much as possible. And there's a missed ult.
Misses his ult. Whoops.
Still going to be able to hold for the time being, though.
So ult for ult, but with Dragon up right now, feel a bit more useful. But yeah, with that Baron buff, Anarchy wants to put all the pressure onto objectives that they can. Lyra sneaking around the side. That cannon minion finally going down. Yep, starting to split push with that Ahri as well, too. There's not really too many that can handle it. Goong is going to try.
Yeah, he has to back off right now, though. Goong can walk forward without that Spirit Rush available.
Yeah.
And there we go. Watch.
Watch.
Flashing
Onto
for
Snowflower. Snowflower uses his stun, and he may go down, flashing into the red buff pit. And they're going to keep chasing him. It's going to be a kill. Oh, Pure knocks him away. It's still a kill, though.
Yeah, Pure tags him with the Ignite, so is able to finish that one off.
There's a big Eleville now, but no follow-up here while Mickey trying to make one. OQ manages to get away by burning his flash. Now they're going to turn into it, trying to get the stuns on, but they're pushing Anarchy away from Dragon, taking a lot of damage in the process, though. Goong's starting to pile the damage, though. Onto Songyu, needs to be careful he doesn't get too far up, though. And Mickey, there we go, they catch him with the CC, and OQ with a kill. Now Ixu pushed back under his mid lane turret, and NaJin, they can keep chasing it. That's another kill onto the top laner. He'll twist it, advance back in, trying to lock up Duke under that tier 2, but it's not enough. So a mid lane turret, and that Dragon could go to NaJin as well. Looks like they want to try to take another one. They've got a minion wave. They've got Duke tanking, and again, Lyra just not doing any damage, of course, on this Evelynn. Songyu just throwing in some poke, and NaJin going to back off. So I suppose the Dragon already was down. Getting 2 turrets out of that team fight, though, for NaJin, and that was kind of the moment that they needed to sort of stay back into this game.
Well, Snowflower, as good as he was at zoning out in that last one, he was way too far forward here while the Dragon was being taken.
Yeah.
And he had some decent wards, but I think a little close face checking it, and he is punished. And NaJin really going all in on this as well. Anarchy very much separated by that Dragon Wall when it started. Forced Songyun's flash early on, as well as Lyra's ultimate. Pretty not ideal situation. And Mickey can't do much with the Spirit Rush either. NaJin staying clustered to prevent the assassination from Ahri coming in. And then Goong able to get forward right here. And look at Mickey as well. They know his charm is down, so OQ pretty much free just to Valk right in his face.
Well, they knew Spirit Rush was down as well at that point, too, so the ability is not there. Whoa, a 1v1, though. Oh, and Lyra comes in and helps Mickey out with that kill, so OQ a bit out of position. And that's going to cost NaJin. May cost him an inhibitor turret here. Teleport coming in for Duke. He has to burn it just to get back to defend. That is really unfortunate for NaJin after winning that team fight.
Yeah, but they know that they can continue to win team fights like that as long as this game continues to drag out.
True.
OQ still pretty low damage, however. Got the Bloodthirster. Probably needs to start thinking about a QSS with the Annie and the Ahri on the other team because he's having some troubles in these little skirmishes staying alive.
You know, it seems like the Korean ADCs have been following the rule where they look at the other team and they're like, not much CC, better build a fast QSS. Tons of CC, I don't think I need it.
Has been the story of the last couple games, that's for sure. Luden's Echo now done onto Ahri. That's a pretty big purchase because of Ahri's speed. Bit surprised we didn't see that earlier. Of course, Mickey did opt to go for the Death Cap first instead of the Echo, which is generally a more common build on Ahri these days, considering she does refresh those procs pretty quickly with her movement and constant spell spam. So,
of course,
Mickey, pretty scary. Mickey's been playing well even from behind over the course of this series, showing that he is someone to be taken seriously here. Goong completing his Rylai's, of course, now finally looking like he wants to build his first needlessly large rod item of the game.
Yep. So the damage will start to pile up for Cassiopeia, and she already does a lot anyway. So as we get close to the late game, taking out Goong is going to have to be a main priority for Anarchy.
Indeed it will. Well, NaJin really wants control over this next Baron. They have the wards in their own jungle to back them up so far. Anarchy, not really with too many wards to lay down right here. As we hit the 30-second mark, they don't really have a great way. Ooh, close.
Yep. Watch not too worried about those saplings. Baron up in 20, Dragon up in a minute 30. So the objectives are going to be what the fight is all about. Now, Anarchy managed to sneak the last one, but NaJin seems to be much better prepared for just objective control in general at this point.
There they go, walking back now.
Yep, getting some vision around the Baron pit maybe.
Yeah, no lenses though to keep on clearing in this situation, but they can do this Baron really fast.
They're gonna try. Lyra showed up in top lane, so they know he's a little bit out of position. He's gonna come from the side though. Uh-oh, this could be a big flank for Anarchy. Mickey coming from the side, calling everything used. Lyra on his own a little bit, but Pure already pretty low. Duke with a nice big Gnarl. Does that give NaJin the time they need? Mickey still untouched, coming in doing more damage. OQ still with plenty of health left as well, but he can't do a lot of sustain stuff. Goong getting very low, taken out by Songyun now. There goes Pure, and NaJin on the run in a lot of trouble. Lyra coming in from behind. Now they're going to trap OQ. OQ manages to pick up 1 kill at least. Snowflower went down as well too, but I think that's going to be a dead ADC pretty soon. All Ixu needs to do is play safe. OQ really with the moves here. Man, look at that.
Yeah, still got to be worried. There's the flash from Songyun.
Songyun, can he take him out? Duke trying to stay and get that slow with the boomerang. Nice skill shot usage by the NaJin players, and OQ and Duke get away, but they may still end up giving up this Baron.
Well, Ixu's able just to teleport right back to the Baron if he wants to, and all the damage is still there for Anarchy. Meanwhile, no TP up for Duke right now, so it looks like it will be a free Baron for Anarchy after NaJin tries to bait that, and it pretty much falls flat on its face.
Yeah.
Mickey did a really good job of zoning out the back line, though, from the ramp.
No kidding.
That was he was actually strangely on the NaJin side of the map right there when that setup occurred, so I don't think they expected him to have that kind of presence, but Mickey has been quite good so far in this game, especially in these team fighting situations.
Yeah.
Dragon is live. Crab is going to be taken by Anarchy. The question is, will NaJin want to contest this Dragon when there's a Baroned up team on the other side, or are they just going to use this time to push out the waves to ride out the Baron buff one more time?
I think that's probably a better idea than trying to fight this at this point. I mean, Goong did pick up his death cap, but he's still very fragile, so I say let him have this one and just make sure that you make it tougher for them to use that Baron buff.
Yeah, I think that's what you do too. Even though Ixu is getting some free time to push, at least in the bottom side. Watch trying to set up the blue buff right now for Goong's Cassiopeia, who currently has, looks like about, I think it says 977. Our monitor is very small.
Okay.
But that's what you would expect for a late game Cassiopeia right here, with her really starting to stack up.
Indeed.
Huge amounts of damage as long as they can protect Goong. They should still be good to go in some of these team fights.
Well, that's the hard part, right? You know, if you get flanked like they did in that last fight around Baron, you're just not going to protect anyone. Look at this damage coming in. Up, Charm over the wall. They get that onto Watch. Lyra comes in. A little bit of damage. They take out the turret. Culling activated. Lyra low, but there's a kill onto Goong already. They managed to catch him in Anarchy. Despite that big Gnarl, is just fine here. Gragas ult used. Double kill now for Ixu. Gets in the backlines onto OQ, forcing him out of the fight. And with Goong out of the way, there's just no damage for NaJin. You can't win team fights like that. And Anarchy taking another one. They're going to push for the win right now, it looks like, with that Baron buff. OQ with some poke.
Well, OQ did get an Infinity Edge right here, so his auto attacks are doing a little bit more damage, but they've got to wait for a long time. And Anarchy's low, but it looks like they're actually going to be able to finish 3 empowered cannon minions coming in.
I think they are. The Nexus still vulnerable. Pure comes in for the big engage, gets taken down immediately. 4 kills for Songyun, and look at this. Anarchy takes out NaJin, forcing the game 3. How about that? These guys might have something.
Yeah, and just in that last fight too, Goong's positioning compared to Mickey. I mean, Goong was on the side right there getting caught by the CC. Yeah. They had to keep him alive, and it was up to the tanks to kind of provide that front line and Goong not to be trying to flank into the side like that, and that allowed him to get picked off very quickly, but Mickey's showing up with a lot of great positioning in these team fights on the Ahri.
Well, Goong was okay in the laning phase.